Greetings, it's your pal JP 1970. What's that? You can't hear me? It's your pal JP 1970. It's time for Thursday Trivia. How you doing, everybody? All right, let me take off my helmet. There we go. Now do you recognize me? All right, I just thought I'd come down here by the river and see if I couldn't get a little different shot. I don't think I like my helmet hanging up there. All right, so let's see. All right, I'm just out on the bike today. I was out for a little ride and I remembered it's time for Thursday Trivia. All right, so you ready? I know I am. I'm gonna try and do this without too many cuts. So I'm just down here by the beautiful Humboldt River. All right, and if I knew more about this river, I'd tell you, but I don't. So, all right, so here we are. What I thought I'd do this week is I thought I'd talk to you because it's springtime. It's time for more of everything, right? It's heading into summer, but spring is a special time of year, and I thought I would share with you some stirring spring facts. So are you ready? All right, here we go. All right, there's no quiz this time, all right? I'm just gonna share some interesting facts with you. All right, so first one. Got my little handout here. All right, first one. And these are in no particular order, but they all fall under the following categories. Stirring facts about spring, amazing spring facts, interesting spring facts, and so without further ado, here we go. Here are some facts about spring. First one, the first day of spring is called the vernal equinox. The term vernal is Latin for spring, and equinox is Latin for equal night. Now, some of you guys may have known that if you were paying attention in English class. Next one is spring almost always arrives on March 20th or 21st, but sometimes on the 19th. The reason the equinoxes and solstice don't always come on the same day is that Earth doesn't circle the sun in exactly 365 days. Okay, here we go. While springtime means flowers and warmer weather, it may be the worst time for human beings to be born. A large-scale study found that babies born in the spring are more likely to develop schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, major depression, and anorexia. All right, so that's interesting. All right, here we go. The first day of spring in the southern hemisphere is the first day of fall in the northern hemisphere. Okay, holidays that occur in spring include Easter, Passover, April Fool's Day, Earth Day, Arbor Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Cinco de Mayo, and some festival in India that I've never heard of. All right, sorry, H-O-L-I, can't just be pronounced holy, can it? All right, here we go. The first spring flowers are typically lilacs, irises, tulips, daffodils, and dandelions. All right, let's see, moving on. More stirring spring facts. There is a growing movement to call the vernal, that is the spring equinox, the March equinox, or northward equinox to avoid northern hemisphere bias. Moving on. In Chichen, Mexico, the Mayan celebrate the first day of spring with the return of the sun serpent. On the evening, on the spring equinox, the setting sun creates a triangular shadow on the El Castillo pyramid that looks like a descending snake, or the feather serpent god Kukulkan. I'm sure that's wrong. Here we go. The myth that it is possible to balance an egg on its end during the spring equinox is just that, a myth. Trying to balance an oval-shaped object on an end is no easier in the spring equinox than any other day, in case you were thinking about trying that. All right, now here we go. The term spring fever refers to both psychological and physiological symptoms associated with the arrival of spring, including restlessness, daydreaming, and increased sexual appetite. Let's see here. While the exact cause is unclear, scientists believe that increased light, more exercise, and more bare skin influence hormone levels. All right, just a few more here, folks. Again, these are stirring spring facts. During the spring, birds are more vocal as they sing to attract mates and warn away rivals. While December is the most popular time to get engaged, is it? I didn't know that. Late spring and fall are the most popular months to get married. According to the National Association of Realtors, spring is the most popular season to buy or sell a house. Buyers are usually hesitant to move during the winter when the weather is colder and kids are in school. So while there are lots of houses to choose from in the spring, property prices are at their highest. So consider yourself warned there. Children often grow faster in the spring than during other times of the year. Okay, here we go. Some amazing spring facts. Are you ready? Okay. Studies show that suicide rates peak during late spring and not during the holidays, as is commonly believed. A National Academy of Sciences study found that babies conceived in the spring are more likely to be premature. Scientists hypothesize that their mothers are nearing full term in January and February when seasonal flu cases spike, and pregnant women who contract the flu in second and third trimesters have a slightly increased risk of premature labor. All right. Tornadoes are most common in the spring and least common in the winter. Every year, allergies constitute over 17 million outpatient office visits, mostly in the spring and fall. Here we go. Did you know honeybees are more likely to swarm during the spring? They swarm as a way to start new colonies from successful ones. Surprisingly, swarming honeybees are very docile and the most friendly they will ever be all year. And finally, here you go. This is the last interesting spring trivia fact for you. While the origin of April Fool's Day is uncertain, some believe it started in 16th century France, when the observation of New Year's changed from April 1st to January 1st. Those who continued to celebrate on April 1st were called April Fools. And that concludes this week's Thursday Trivia. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, be well, ride safe, and take care.